What's up, everybody? Couch MILFs here, coming at you with a brand new Valorant video. And in this video, we're going to be breaking down the brand new Ask Valorant, where the Valorant devs answer all of our questions. And we're going to be talking about how cheaters have been just flooding into Valorant and haven't been getting caught when a Radiant player got freaking banned on stream. And we get to break all that down, plus some really cool players moving to Valorant. There's so much to talk about in this video that you gotta watch it to the end. Smash that like and subscribe, and go to the Game Leap website right now in the links down below for the highest quality in-depth guides at a fraction of the cost with our special spring 50% off sale. Well, if you get a subscription or you renew your old subscription, you get a chance to get that one-on-one private session where we're gonna break down your footage, figure out exactly what you need to work on, and build a lesson plan so that you can climb out of your rank and start to climb to Immortal and beyond. But enough about all that, let's jump right into the video. Now, the first thing that we gotta talk about is the Valorant player that got banned, Solista. He got banned live on stream, and we're gonna roll the clip first right now. Let's roll it.
The fuck? What? Really, dude?
Now, this guy has been playing at the high level of Valorant for basically since the beginning of Valorant, and even though he had a really high crit rate with like a 50% crit rate, he was running around with the Guardian one-tapping people, and he was someone that a lot of people were suspicious of with clips all over the place. He didn't get banned until now, and it really reveals a lot of the big cheating problems that have been out in Valorant right now. If someone like this could be playing at the highest rank for so long and not get caught, there are tons and tons of people that are most likely doing the same. Now, apparently there have been actually many cheats that have been going around that completely get around Vanguard right now, and Vanguard is finally catching up to them, but there could be many more players across a multitude of ranks that are just freaking cheating. Essentially, you have players that don't know how to play the game at all, but because of cheats, depending on the quality of cheats or how strong the cheat is, they are multiple ranks above where they should be, and they're just freaking lost in their games, and they're clicking heads all the same. Now, I know I'm not gonna roast Riot in this situation because they are trying their best to deal with cheaters. It's just in a game like this, there is going to be so many people that want to cheat, which means there's such a huge market for it, which means people that make cheats want to make them more than in other games, and it's just a vicious cycle where Riot is trying to fight off these cheaters, and these cheaters are trying to fight off Riot, and it's like a damn war. As long as there's incentive to cheat, or there's reason to cheat because of the game's popularity, there will always be people that are developing these cheats because they have some big source of financial incentive in the matter. Now, what you could of course do in the matter is every time you go up against a player that you even have a tiny suspicion that they're cheating, just report them. Figure out if that's true. Riot will look into it, but a lot of people, according to Riot themselves, are not reporting people even if they're getting bodied by someone. So people just need to generally be reporting more so Riot knows exactly who to look into. Now, going back to Solista, I want you to check out these clips that just were circling around the internet, and this guy was just not getting banned. Check out this clip right here where he was getting headshots without even pressing the fire button on his mouse. Roll it.
It's so scared.
Bomb behind you.
30 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
So let me get this straight. You're cheating. You've been cheating for a long time. You're in Radiant, and you freaking film with a goddamn hand cam, and you're not even pressing the fire button. This guy's not only a cheater, which basically assumes some sort of brain damage, but there's like another layer of disability in there, and I know that might seem kind of brutal, but if you cheat at all, you're pretty much trash in my book. I don't know about you. Let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Now, the last thing that we're gonna talk about is the fact that Shroud actually predicted it. Let's roll this clip because I think it's really hilarious. Roll it.
Dude, I was feeling inspired by that Guardian player. Who was that?
I don't know, but he's one of the best in the game.
Solista.
Give him a year, give him 2 years.
He'll be in the pro scene, fact. Or banned. JK, bad joke.
Probably. Oh.
Probably.
So Shroud actually just perfectly called, jokingly of course, but he really called that this guy was probably gonna get banned, and yeah, he ended up getting banned down the line, which just goes to show that if someone like Shroud with his level of aim thinks you're suspicious, you probably deserve to get looked into. I'm just saying. The next thing that we gotta talk about is the Ask Valorant for April, where the developers are gonna answer a lot of questions that people have. I'm gonna read the questions, and then I'm gonna read part of the answers or sum them up, and then we're gonna talk about it. Now, the first question is, can you explain the reasoning behind the regional slot distribution for Masters I don't know how to say that. Reykjavik? I don't know, whatever. Anyways, it's basically asking about the regional slot distribution for the LAN Masters event in Iceland. See, I can freaking say Iceland. Now, the answer was this. One of the biggest goals for 2020 was to launch international events as quickly as possible. As planning was going for the League of Legends Mid-Season Invitational, we were presented with an opportunity to utilize the event's infrastructure to execute an international 10-team Valorant LAN earlier than anticipated. With this team limit, our first priority was to make sure each of our 7 Valorant regions were represented at a global first event. Subsequently, we want to make some tough decisions with the remaining 3 spots. As we were trying to make these decisions, we looked at each region's player base, viewership, esports infrastructure, and team participation within regional VCT tournaments, criteria that EMEA, North America, and Brazil all scored especially high on. Ultimately, we chose to grant an additional slot to each of those regions to optimize for regional diversity at the first international event. We think this will lead to a more exciting tournament, but we may change for future slot allocations based on learnings from Iceland. We're also really excited about the future of Latin America, Japan, Korea, and Southeast Asia. As our events grow, you'll see more teams for those regions at future international events. We think the future is bright in all of our regions, and we're looking forward to have a bigger international event with more regional diversity. Essentially, this was just an answer to the question of why does EU, Brazil, and Europe get extra slots in the tournament, and I think it's pretty obvious. More popularity, more people, more hype. That's basically it. Now, the next question was about casters. I'm just going to summarize this because the question was, how are casters for regional broadcast selected? Who can cast in which region? Now, the answer is we got our boy Coach Mills to cast every event. No, I'm just kidding. But effectively, they're going to be getting casters that are not far away from one another because there's typically delays because of the technical limitations. So they really want to get a group of casters, and they have a group of casters that are really geographically close to one another so that there's a lot less delays, and hopefully they can even have them together, maybe even in person, to make it so that there is no like misconnection, or when some person is talking, the other person doesn't start talking before they're done, or whatever, there's no downtime. So I think that just makes the most sense overall. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about in the Ask Valorant is when are coaching slots coming to Valorant? And they said in the answers, it's official. Coaching slots are going to be coming in patch 2.07. As an esport, we continue to be excited at the prospect of coaches playing a larger role in matches and plan to provide more analytical tools in the future. Overall, we see the coach and player relationship as an important dynamic in our esport. We have some ideas on where we want to take this, and we'll be talking with players, specifically in-game leaders and coaches in the near future to solidify our plans. What you'll see in 2.08 is the basic foundation of this feature and something we plan to continuously innovate on. We look forward to involving coaching and its supporting features with help from VCT participants. Now, all in all, this was a pretty esports-centric Ask Valorant, but with the LAN event in Iceland being in May, towards the end of May, it's just around the corner, and I, for one, am extremely excited to see what's gonna happen when all these players make it to the big stage, and it's gonna be freaking awesome. Now, the last thing I gotta talk about is a player that is moving to Valorant that I think has the potential to make a big splash personally, and this is someone who was in Overwatch, a really great player in Overwatch League. Overwatch is my past, something that I was really involved in, and a lot of really crazy players have come from Overwatch, but this player is Soon, and he's actually officially announcing his move to Valorant. Now, for those of you who don't know Soon, he was easily one of the top 5 players in his beginning career in Overwatch League, an insane mechanical player who picked up Widowmaker and was amazing at sniping. I could easily see him performing extremely well in the EU region in Valorant. And remember, I told you all to keep an eye on Saya Player, aka Spider, when he moved to Valorant, and he's just been popping off, so definitely keep an eye on this player as well. You won't regret it. But smash that like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and go to the Game Leap website down below right now. We have a special 50% off sale, so if you want to get in on all the in-depth guides, advanced tips and tricks, and so much more, go check it out right down below right away. But thank you so much for coming by. I really hope you enjoyed the video. That's all I got for you today. I love yo faces, and I'll see you tomorrow.